They lied to you. Once. Here's how it turns you. Dangerous forever. The mirror. Why being deceived is the birth of your power. You were not weak. You were unprepared. You trusted. They calculated. You opened your hand. They measured what they could take and how quickly they could disappear. This is the first wound of powerlessness. Not betrayal itself, but the lie you told yourself afterward. The lie that says, if I were better, kinder, smarter, this wouldn't have happened. No, that lie keeps you soft. That lie keeps predators fed. Machiavelli did not despise human nature. He studied it, and what he saw was not evil. It was reality. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, in danger, greedy for gain, not because they are monsters, but because most have never built an inner fortress. This is Law 5, the law of power. Power begins the moment you stop demanding the world be fair and start demanding yourself be clear. You were hurt because you believed sincerity was universal. It is not. You felt powerless because you mistook openness for virtue. It is not. The Machiavellian mirror does not show you who they are. It shows you who you must become. Still, sharp, unsentimental. This is not about becoming cruel. It is about becoming unavailable to manipulation. Let us diagnose the wound. You believed deception meant something was wrong with you. That belief turned pain into paralysis. You replayed conversations, second-guessed instincts, explained yourself to ghosts who never intended to understand. That is weakness leaking signal. Machiavelli warned that men love at their convenience and abandon at their advantage. The mistake is not seeing this. The mistake is arguing with it. Marcus Aurelius would call this misplaced expectation. You demanded figs from thorns and cursed the bush when your hands bled. Sun Tzu would call it ignorance of terrain. You walked into a battlefield expecting a garden. And Jung would say this was your shadow unintegrated. The part of you that refuses to accept aggression exists, and therefore cannot defend against it. Now listen carefully. The goal is not to dominate others. The goal is to never be dominated again. Here is the code. First tactical step. Accept the predator without becoming one. Power begins with acceptance, not outrage. When you accept that people act from self-interest, you stop personalizing their actions. You no longer ask, why did they do this to me? You ask, what incentive did I unknowingly provide? This single shift restores sovereignty. A predator does not attack because you are bad. It attacks because you are unguarded. Once you understand this, guilt evaporates. Clarity replaces it. You do not need revenge. You need structure, silence, distance, controlled access. Machiavelli taught that appearances matter more than intentions. You do not announce boundaries. You embody them. A fortress does not explain why it has walls. Second tactical step. Withdraw emotional supply manipulators feed on reaction, pain, confusion, over-explaining, emotional pleading. These are signals of availability. Powerful men become unreadable, not cold, contained. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while mastering indifference to insult, not because he felt nothing, but because he refused to leak control. When someone deceives you, your response is not confrontation. It is recalibration, less access, less information, no emotional surplus. This is how you turn manipulation into education, not for them, for you. Each betrayal sharpens perception, if you let it. Third tactical step. Integrate the shadow. This is the step most avoid, and therefore remain victims. You must acknowledge that you too are capable of manipulation, not to use it, but to recognize it instantly. Jung warned that what you refuse to see in yourself, you will meet in exaggerated form in others. When you integrate your shadow, you stop being shocked by darkness. You become calm in its presence. Miyamoto Musashi called this the void, acting without emotional distortion. You no longer seek fairness. You seek position. Position gives you choice. Choice gives you peace. This is how power feels. Quiet, unreactive, still. Now hear this, and hear it once. You are not naive. You are unarmed. This is not shameful. It is correctable. From this moment forward, you do not explain yourself to those who have shown bad faith. You do not chase closure. You do not seek validation from the ungrateful. You move differently. You observe longer. You speak less. You trust patterns, not promises. The Machiavellian mirror has done its work. You are no longer the wounded idealist. You are the wise protector. Your kindness is now selective. Your openness is earned. Your silence is a weapon. And remember this final law. Power is not cruelty. Power is clarity without apology. Carry it. If this perspective is useful, you're free to return and subscribe.